Thank you very much. Today we are going to talk about Nmap tool. We need to talk about deeply and down as much as possible. We need to talk about Nmap tool. So we know that when we are just making gathering information, when we are trying to perform initial reconnaissance, when we want to make footprinting and reconnaissance, attackers mostly begin to search for entry point into the target system. So the attackers, first of all, they need to determine whether the target system are active, inactive, to reduce the time they want to spend on scanning. So scanning itself is not actually intrusion, is not actually an attack, but an extended form of gathering information or reconnaissance phase. So we know that when we are making an attack, there is a different phases. Or when we are making penetration testing, so the attackers they need to learn more about the target system, including information about operating system, the services that are running in the target system, any configuration, any misconfiguration policy. So the information we need, such reconnaissance helps the attackers to select the strategies for some strategies for attacking the target system or network. So Nmap, along with that, for gathering information, for scanning the system, for gathering operating system services, ports, all this, Nmap is very useful tool to do that. So we know that Nmap is a short for network mapper. Nmap is nothing else. It's all about network mapper. And also it is open source Linux command line tool that is mostly used to scan IP addresses, routers in network, and also detect some installed applications. So the application that has already been installed in the target system, you can detect first of all by using Nmap. So Nmap is very useful. You may not need a lot of other tools to use, a lot of other scripts to use if you know better in Nmap tool. So Nmap basically allows network administrators to find which devices are running on their network, discover open port services, and detect sometimes vulnerabilities. You can also, if you use Nmap, if you know Nmap anymore, you don't need also to use some vulnerability tools, some vulnerability scanning tools like Nessus, OpenFast, or whatever. So Nmap is very useful. If you learn more about Nmap, you don't need to use some other tools because Nmap, I say, as professional, I'm gonna tell you that Nmap, if you need to be cybersecurity professional, if you need to more about for scanning. In a scanning phase, there is a four phases: footprinting, scanning, integration, maintaining, gaining access, maintaining access, cleaning track. All this, the first thing that the first phase that is going to be primary is all about scanning and footprinting. As much as you can get more information as you can, as much as you can get much information, as long as you can hack the system. So try to gather more information as much as possible. So when you try to get more information in active scanning, you may get some vulnerabilities by using Nmap. So Nmap is very useful tool. Also, we need to use what we use in Nmap. Nmap security professionals mostly they prefer to use Nmap over the scanning tools. There is many scanning tools. There is many scanning tools to use in cyber security. But Nmap is they prefer professionals because it helps you to quickly map out a network without sophisticated commands or configuration. You don't need to use much. You don't use sophisticated commands and highly complicated command and write some scripts to map out the network and it is designed. So you only use Nmap. Nmap is very useful and fortunately, and it is open source tool. So the ability that you can quickly recognize all the devices, including servers, routers, switches, mobile devices, and etc. on a single or multiple networks, that is ability is all about one of the best features that Nmap have. So Also, Nmap helps us to identify services running on the target system, including web servers, linear servers, and other common applications. So Nmap is very useful tool. So let me go to deep land down for using some commands for Nmap. So Nmap mostly is uh, Nmap is a tool based on Linux. It is default, whether I'm using just the Parrot operating system, Parrot Linux system, but you can use whether Parrot, Ubuntu, Kali, all this, they are pre-installed already, the Nmap they use. So let me try to, Nmap, let me try to scan one system. So first of all, in order to know which in order to discover the open port, in order to discover the live hosted rather than open ports, I need to use some command. So let me try to use snn n.10 1.0/24. So I'm trying to discover live hostess. As n means I don't need to scan the open port. Instead of I don't need to know more about for the ports that those are open or closed. I only need to know how many live hostess, how many hostess we have in our target network. So this is a subnet. This is going to be Galaxy 24/24. So we need to know how many machines, how many systems, how many hosts are open in this. So let me try to enter. So let me know. It may take. So we see we have six hosts up. We have six hosts up, and what they are, there is 10.1, .9, .11, .13, and also .19 and .12. So we have six sources live, and this six sources live. When we know how many, this Nmap provides us a good information. How many live hosts we have? We have six sources up, so we can target one of these. If we need to know more about one single host, we can go deep and down. So there's many ways that we can also try to use we can also try to use man's man's SP to know how many ports are open. We can use also this for zero. Instead of zero, we can use asterisk. Some other ways that you can write asterisk, you can use also know how many hosts are up, how many hosts. The same thing we have single sources up. The same thing, and also you may use sometimes not discover tool is tools that you can know how many and that you can discover how many hosts are live in the system in this network. So we can also use what they call some UDP scan, RP scan, timestamp scan, protocol scan. There is many things that we can know how many hosts are live. There is many more. If we try to talk about Nmap today, it may take 3 days to talk Nmap. Nmap we cannot conclude Nmap for single hours, single minutes to discuss about what Nmap is and how it's been used by professionals for cybersecurity engineers. So Nmap is a basic tool, whether you are a penetration tester, whether you are a threat hunter, path hunter, whether you are a SOC analysis, whatever, anywhere, any department in cybersecurity, Nmap is very useful, and it is one of the things he has is open source. Good thing. So we can also try to make what they call version detections. We can suppose I want to know one of the I want to know one of the one of the one of the one of the I have many life hosts, so they were six life hosts. So I want to know one of them what it is operating system. Let me go to say .1.8. Let me say .11. So means I need to know the operating system. I need to know the operating system. I need to panel grab. I need to fingerprint for the operating system. You see, he's saying fingerprinting for is requires root privilege. This requires root privilege. So I'm not root privilege. I'm normal user. Let me go to root user. Also, you have to write down the password. You can see. So I just made room. I don't know what happened. I still made wrong. So let me check down. It's right now. So sudo t, I have to encounter many problems because that is the real life scenario. So um, I'm just root. So I can use nmap -0 10.1.11. So -o every command takes arguments. Whatever, if you see -a, -n, -o, -p, -f, all these are arguments. So I need to know what is this. This is the operating system. The operating system always tells you see the operating system is going to be Microsoft Windows 10. And also you see the version 17. This is a second version, I think so, in Windows 10. 1703, there is a 1506, something like that. So the OS we are using, and most of the OS detections may not going to be true all the time. Sometimes you may see some it can be wrong sometimes, but this is the mostly 100% always detection perform. You can report if you see some incorrect results. So, and you see also if you are professional, if you see the ports are open, you can easily understand which operating system the target, which operating system the target is. You can understand. You see 21, this FTP 80, 185, 39. If you these 445, you can easily understand the target system is Windows 10. Is Windows, first of all, it's Windows, so Windows client, not a server. You can simply understand that. But you would understand it later. But this is a basic understanding and basic training. We are going to understand what Nmap is. So Nmap is all we can use for detecting the operating system to panel prime. Panel priming very important because when you panel grab the target system, when you know the operating system it is version, you can easily look for the exploit is the payload is related to this specific version. So to know the version in cybersecurity is very crucial, is very important. So we know we can also make a version detection. So how many ports are open is very clear. We see that at least 7 ports are open. 7 ports are open to one port. 80, 135. This is an up high, mostly, and 338, which is this is going to be like a server, SQL server, I think so, or this is a server. Great server. We can get a lot of information from this. We can try to hack by using. We will try using this, and according to this port, we can understand what this server is. So we're not going there. So then we go to server detection. We can server detection. We use SV10.1. Let me go to 11. Say at least 11, or we're gonna go to, let me say there's a 22, isn't it? Let me go to this to server detection. Are very important. Finding application versions is crucial part in penetration testing because it makes your life easier. As soon as you can find existing vulnerability from that common vulnerability and exposures database for particular version of service. So to know the service is very crucial. It's very crucial. To do version scan, you can use -S capital V. And this is provided as a list of services with its versions. So we do keep in mind that the version scans are not always 100% accurate. So, but it made us take a step closer to successfully getting into the system. So server detection are very good to be made anywhere. So it may take minutes. Some Nmap scanning, some Nmap like UDP, it may take 20 minutes, 24 minutes, 17 minutes, something like that. So let's go. You see that's 53. Also, let me tell you one thing. Cybersecurity. I have been in cybersecurity at least 5 years. So, and I used to be in the technology at least 12 years. So, if you know, you have to memorize all the ports on it server. 50. If you see 53, you have to keep in mind 53 is a DNS protocol. So 53 was open. The state is open. So state means state can be open, closed, filtered, or open filtered. There is a four stages in stating how to state that open. So open means it's very open, not very clear. Filtered, it may say there is a firewall over there. So the service running on 53 port is what? Is domain. Also, we need to know the version. Simple DNS plus. You see, port 8 open HTTP. You know that port 8. When you see port 8, automatically you will know that this port is HTTP. Microsoft IS HTTP 10.0. Very very important information from there. The server is so Windows server is a IIS HTTP 10. This is a crucial information that's not supposed to be known by attackers really. Port 88, port 123, all these 445, 53, all these are going to be that the information. This information is very crucial. So these are all the port is open 338. Also the server that we have seen before, it is MS VBT server Microsoft Terminal Service. If you go somewhere and try to open this, you can understand a lot of information from there. So, and you can also surface, also what we get is what? The operating system is Windows, but it is client or server? It is Server 2022. It is Windows Server 2022, our target. So also by using server detection, you can easily get the operating system and its version. So the version is server 2002. Also, much information we can look for over there. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing to know. So OS, we know server detection. We know we need to know what they call aggressive scan. Aggressive scan Nmap and is a let me say 10.10.1.11. So aggressive means aggressively scanning the targets. The aggressive means that it enables you how is detection, version detection, script scanning, and trace routes. So you can get means some people they say it's not aggressive, it is all scan. You can get OS detection, you can get version detection, you can get script scanning. There is a NSE, now Nmap scripting engine, and that provides you a default scripting that you can use to get specific version, specific operating system, specific protocol. You can enumeration. There is enumeration techniques that you can enumerate from the target system to know the user is, the share is, the network is, the protocols, not BIOS, everything, SMP, NFS. You can enumerate specific services and protocols to know what are inside. You need to know the group is that you can try to sometimes professional cyber school professional when you scan they use to scan specific ports, especially like LDAP port, like SMP, NFS, because there is a different version. Some versions are very vulnerable. So you see from here, we get much information. We get much information. We get much information. Let me go first. The process is very slow because I'm using Linux-based browser-based Linux in cloud. So there is a much information. So always you need to use all this. Nmap scan. You see, this is the Nmap scan is open. Nmap scan. There's for. Let me go down. Let me go down. So you see that this is port is up. First of all, so you see these are up, the status, and you see the ports are open. The ports are open, port 80, and all those services, port 21, TCP open, FTP, and Microsoft FTP. Port 80, open HTTP Microsoft server, HTTP G10. You see methods also methods. It can be Material risk method is trace. The method is going to be trace. This is a good thing to know. So all this you can know. 135 you can, so 4338 you can 338 TCP open SSL. This is a good information for scanning. When you're scanning, you need to know more information. This is, see, 443 is SMP protocol, I think so. Windows 10 Enterprise, you see, you can get some specific versions, and you see it is work group, is a work group, work group. A good thing to know. You can get also for RDBN LTM information. This is a not pies. You see, Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows 11, Windows 11. This is an Enterprise computer name. This is an Enterprise domain name. This is a DNS domain name. This is a good information, specifically when you are when you are dealing with the domain controllers or FQDC, fully qualified domain controllers, to know what exactly the domain they are in. All those domains. So also, OSP is a good information. You see, host detection, operating system is going to be Windows 11, everything, host result. We can get also some scripts from there. Host script result, you can see SMP security. They just detect SMP security mode, guest user. Also, we can get a lot of information from here. SMP discovery, wow. SMP OS discovery. This is a good thing to know. Enterprise 11, I told you so. This is not Pi's computer name. This is also good information. This is /03 is a not Pi's. /03, some are related to the user shares, whatever. So trace routes for trace routes. In trace route, people, they don't understand. I saw some security professionals, they do not just consider trace route. Trace route are very important because it's gonna give you the intermediate devices. If you know the intermediate, suppose I'm here, I'm gonna go directly to the one device from that's away from me. So how many intermediate devices I have? This is a part of when there is a firewall, you can see they may just drop you connections. So you see there is also time to leave, TTL, whatever. So it's very important to know, to gather some information from there. So aggressive scan, also aggressive scan is a good thing. So you can, we have talked also, you can scan multiple hosts. For scanning multiple hosts, you can say simply, suppose 10.10.1.0/24. You can say that. Also, you can say that simply range. You can use range 250, 56. You can range. Also, you can use asterisk, as we have seen. And also you can use, suppose 11, you can use comma, 22, comma, say, let me say 19, comma, let me say 9. So you can use like this. You can scan in 10.10.1.11.12.19.9, because they are the same network. They are same the network. They are in same network. So you can use also like this. So you can scan like this. That is straightforward. So also there is one important thing to know. You can see the 12 is here, 10.10.1.12. All these ports are open. You can go this, you can go this, you can go this. .19, all these ports are open. This is a useful information. .11, all these ports are open, and this port state and surface running on those ports. .9, this is there's no port, I think so, SSH, HTTP. I can easily understand what operating system is. .9, 12, 22, port 80. I can use, this is Linux, I think so. So we can scan specific ports. Suppose, let me say, nmap dot p stands for port. Let me say 21. So for target system, let me know that this port is open or not. 11. Let me say, you can easily specifically scan one port. Port 811 is FTP, I think so. You see, port 811 open FTP. So if you received money information, you received server detections, you received all detection, you received abrasive scan, scripting, or whatever. So you can easily target one specific port. So you can use also one specific port. You can also use some scripting that provides you extra information. So let me say Nmap main is P uh, 21, or let me say uh, 389 for I see MySQL and two. Let me say, is it open sport? Yeah, yeah, LLab, I think so. Is LLab? It's not SQL 3389. It's a 33. So this is LLab. So LLab is open for 22. It's open for 22. LLab lights directly active. So it is related to the Active Directory. This port is very, 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 very useful. So when you know this port is open for the target system, usually are communicating from one another. There's some usual shares LLAP. You have to know Active Directory when you are hacking Windows or whatever operating system, something like that. So scanning, we can save, we can use what they call verbosity, means V. Repository is nothing else. It's all about it provides you additional information about the scan being performed. So it is useful to monitor step-by-step actions that Nmap performs on network. You can use double V. Or let me use one V first of all. So you can get more information for this scanning, RPP scan, level. All these implemented power DNS resolution scanning, discover open port 38, something like that. So 38 is it's gonna give you the information, but it means show me up the information in other way. Give me this information in other way. So this information is very useful. So we can say this information is very, very useful. This information is very useful. So that also uh, let me go to some specific information that we can go there. Specifically. We can go some. So we can also use scripting. Nmap. Let me Nmap main is SC capital scripting, and also we can use 10.10.1.11. Say simple to use some specific default scripting. To use default scripting, we can use minus SC. So there is to scan a default NSE Nmap scripting in chain considers useful for discovery and save data. You can say you can get operating system is whatever, you can get NetBIOS or anywhere, you can get also extra information from there. It is a default scripting. This default helps you to get useful for discovery information from the target system. So we can use specifically we can use simply a scripting related to nmap. Let me say dash script. You can use in other word script. Let me say default. You can say default and dot say 19 simply. So it's gonna give you some useful information. And there is also scripting. There is many scripting. You can use always detection scripting. You can use SMP, specific service and protocols like SMP, NFS. Every protocol, every service mostly have specific NSE, Nmap scripting engine. So, so you can search more information from that thing, from that scripting. So scripting is much popular in anywhere. Like, but when you are using Nmap, it can help you to get some outputs related to the specific ports. And also in enumeration technique, in enumeration phase, mostly they use scripting in Windows or Linux based tools, whatever. So it may take minutes. Some commands they take minutes because they need to gather much information. You see, as MB2, as MB2, security mode is a 33.1. Good information. Everything you get or you receive from target is good thing, is a good information, is useful. So 4080, all this information, you can say hello, hello, oh, this is, it may see there is a command detections. This is the command that's available in target system. So we can get much information from that. So scripting are much more. Also, you can use what they call NSC script is Nmap. You can see Nmap in its doc. It is a document script in that you can search specific, like say FTP. If you try to search FTP, you can get a lot of scripts related to this. You can get a lot of information related to this. You can use this. This is a very useful. You see, you can add this, then you go there, FTP. What is this? Script 7 checks if FTP server allows anonymous login, or FTP brute force. .nse nmap scripting engine. Algorithms, the maximum number of files returned in the directory listing by default. It is a 20. Yeah. What command you are using this command? You see, SFE for server detection script, then you just put here the targets 10.10.1. That is straightforward. So we can also use for specifically scanning techniques like we can let me say 10.10.1 what they call, where is Nmap dot 11. I can say you can proceed from another, there is no problem. Nmap 10.10.1 can say I stealth scan. This is a very important. Stealth scan means there is a full three-way handshake that you always hear about for security or networks. So in OS especially. So stealth scan means you send sign, you receive sign ACK. Instead of sending completing the three-way handshake, you send reset. That means your connection is half open. That means you need to send a lot of information. This is what causes what they call DDoS attack or volumetric attack for consuming the bandwidth of the target system, because it may have capacity to receive some traffic from the clients or from the consumers or whatever. So stealth scan helps you to sometimes make to make full for the bandwidth of the target system. So this scan is very useful. Stealth scan, you are secretly scanning from the target. So you can get some information, much information that you cannot get, but is not mostly TCP, because full TCP is detectable by firewalls. Sometimes still scan, they cannot detect firewalls, IPs and IDs, whatever, or something, the layer of security that they are using depends on the infrastructure they are using. So you may not detect the stealth scan, cannot be detected at the same time. Also, you can when you are using you can use full TCP. You can use, this is mostly detectable. Mostly it is detectable. You can use SAU for UDP port. It may take a lot of time. You can use SA for acknowledgement. You can use manage SW for window port scan. You can use manage SMTCP for Maimon, whatever. You can use a lot. You can use manage SA for app. You can use manage M for memo scan. You can use manage W for Windows scan. You can use SU for UDP scan. This takes a lot of time. So that is a good thing to do. Also, you can also try to use and you can use together all the script. You can suppose you can say this man is A, man is SV, man is SC, man is O, simple man is O. You can use all. Man is T4. It's a T4. T4 is a timing. For timing, there is T0, which is called paranoid intrusion detection system evasion, because you can evade. There is evasion techniques for firewalls and IPS. So there is a T0 for evasion. There is a T1 call it sneaky for intrusion detection system evasion. There is a T2 for slow down. This can to use less bandwidth and use less target machine resources. There is a T3 for which is mostly is a normal, is a default speed. And there is a T4 that is mostly used for abrasive speed scan, assuming that you are reasonably fast and reliable network. So T4 mostly used for it is abrasive. It depends on the speed of the scan. Assumes that you are reasonably fast, and then they're gonna give you some reliable source, reliable information from the target system. Then put your targets. Suppose it may take a lot of time, but this is a good thing. So you use all together in one time. So also one of the things that we have is can just try to save the output. We can save the output. We can save the output by saying main is O N. This is a normal. This is a normal file. That it is you can you can use main is S main is X for XML. You can use main is vital G for grid file. Can use main is F, and this is very useful. And this is mostly used for all outputs in the three major formats like gripple, XML, and normal. You can use together on three by using mains O A capital to see the result in another format. Also, you can simply say like this, redirecting redirectism, like you can say what this, you can redirect it to suppose nmap not 11 machine name but txt. You can simply say like that. So there's a lot of things to do in nmap. So also there is what they call evasion techniques that it may take a lot of time. We don't need it, so it take a lot of time. So we can use what they call evasion techniques like minus f or fragmentation minus b minus b for mostly sending scan from spoofed IPs to spoofing IP address. You can use minus MTU, like you can set maximum transmission unit time. This is mostly you need to make evasion. You need to evade the and spoof for the target system. Spoofing, you can understand, you pretend that you are the legitimate user and that you are not. You're pretending like a normal user and you are not that user. And you need to evade firewall and IDS, evade. You need to secretly try to send a packets to do something from the target system. So evasion techniques can be used also in Nmap. So that is all. And that is all. There is a much information over there. And mostly we can say simply Nmap is good tool to use. Good tool to use for network for network is for information gathering for network trying to know clearly. Mostly they say also one of the things to know more better is you can use Nmap search to get much information. So anything you can get much information from saying Nmap search. You can get you see how to save the output is minus ON, minus OA, minus V, that is increased verbosity level. We have seen minus D. This is a firewall and IDS detection. This is what we have talked about. Minus F for fragmentation, minus D for decoy 1, decoy 2, decoy 3. Mostly they use 3 decoys. Minus S for spoofing IP address, minus E by using internet. It depends on the internet that you use, minus G for the manipulation, port manipulation, or porting on mostly. When you just make scan on Nmap by using firewall, you may use Wireshark to do this to capture the traffic. Then you can understand easily what this is stands for. So you can use also what they call maximum Hussein discovery. This is a timing. You can see this is a script. This is all destruction. This is all capital we have talked about. Also, this you can use timing and performance by using what they call T. You can see T0 up to 5. Set timing template higher means T1 is naked. We have talked all this. So we talked a lot of information from there. So we don't want to prolong to make it. You can also simply say to use manuals. You can say man nmap. You can also you can get some information what this nmap is. So nmap network exploration tool and security. So you can use Nmap. Network Mapper is an open source tool for network exploration and security auditing. It was designed to, you can get a lot of information from here. So you can also simply, if you try to get specific information, you can say, what is Nmap? If I say, you can get specific network exploitation tool. So there is so much information over there. There is much information over there, so we don't want to make the video long. So that is all. Inshallah, thank you very much. And this is the information about the Nmap.